knows where this road is supposed to lead. We got nothing but time. As long as you're right here next to me, everything's gonna be alright. If it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, just let it be. If it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, just let it be. So won't you ride with me, ride with me, see where this thing goes. If it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be.
Hello, my warriors. I want to welcome you to Mz.TreZena's Sunday dinner show. Okay, guys, today we are cooking stew beef. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it going. So first, what I did was I cleaned my meat. Okay, that noise back there is lightning. I know back in the day, they normally turn everything off when it's lightning. Technology is a little better now. One thing it can do is mess me up by cutting it off, turning the power off. That's the only thing, but hopefully we won't get there. So, I cleaned my meat with water and lemon juice. No, I did lime this time. It can be lime juice, lemon juice, vinegar, whichever one you want to use. I just grabbed what was close to me, and that was the lime juice. So I cleaned it, let it soak for a little. I let it soak for about maybe 10 to 15 minutes. Then I drained it, rinsed it, and now I put the seasoning on there. So I started off with this adobo. Put a nice amount. I would say maybe a tablespoon and a half. If that's what you choose to do, maybe a tablespoon and a half, because I'm going to flood it with water. And then I did this one. I don't know how to pronounce this. I guess it's sazonado, something like that, nada or something. And then I did the paprika. Tablespoon. Pepper, about a teaspoon. And kicking chicken, not even a teaspoon. Not even a half a teaspoon. Just enough to give it a little flavor. So, this is my little crock pot. I'm still waiting for my big one to come. But we starting off with my little one. Or should I say medium-sized one. Because I used to use one smaller than this. That's the funny thing. I used to use a crock pot smaller than this. And it fed, how many kids did I have at the time? My oldest son was grown. Well, he wasn't grown, but he was living with my grandma. Yeah, so he had to be kind of, he was over 17, put it that way, 17, 18, somewhere up in there. But for school purposes, he lived with my grandmother, around that age. And it was smaller than this, half of this. And it used to feed 5 of us. Then when he'd be over there, 6. Was it? No. I'm saying that wrong. It used to feed 4 of us. And when he's over there, 5. I'm thinking about my niece that used to come over all the time. That's why it was 6. So, I'm going to go ahead and get this going. And let's see here. I'm going to brown this. So we're going to go ahead and get that going really quick. Now you see we have the oil in the frying pan. And I have some flour. So I am going to put flour on my stew beef. Just so that we can get it going so it'll make its gravy towards the end. So let's get that going. Okay, as you can see, I floured it. I just poured a little bit of flour in there, stir it up so I can go ahead and get it going. And we're going to brown each side. Once we brown each side, we turn it off. That's all we need, just to brown each side. So we're going to do that now. This is the way it's looking as it is browning. So we're just probably a couple of minutes on each side just to get it brown. Then we're going to put it in the pot. So I'm just giving you an idea of what it's supposed to look like. So as you can see, I have flipped it over. And this is the other side now. So what I'm going to do is pretty much turn the stove off, because it's pretty much going to be done in just a second. And then I'm going to transfer it to the crock pot. Alright, we're going to go ahead and put it in the crock pot and get it going. So first we're going to start off with the meat. And then I'm going to put the potatoes in there. I need to rinse them one more time. But we're going to put the meat in there first. And then I'm going to show you how it's going to look as we getting it going. Now, as you see, we haven't put no, chicken broth, if that's what you're going to use, beef broth, whatever. Me, I just simply use water. I let it make its own juice. That's what makes the flavor good. That's what makes it, gravy good. So, that's what I'm going to do. Is put some water in first, and then we're going to put the onions and the bell peppers and the red peppers. Now, what we did was 1 onion, 1 green pepper, and 1 red pepper. Or should I say bell pepper, and I guess they call it a sweetie red pepper. So we're going to put all that in there. I did 4 cups of water. So what I'm going to do is put a little more seasoning on top, and then I'm going to put the next step. These are my cut up onions, and it was a big one, and my bell peppers and my red peppers. So I'm going to go ahead and put those in, but I have 2 more things I want to put in first. Okay, I did 3 of the garlics, and here's 3 of the gingers. As you can see, it's right about there. It's matching the potatoes, but it's right about there. And now I'm going to put the onions and everything else in. Okay, guys, you see it's full to the top. That's why I say I need a bigger one. Now you're thinking, okay, she only put potatoes and onions, bell peppers, red peppers, garlic seasoning, and ginger seasoning, and potatoes. And I don't know if I said the beef. But she only put those in. So what else is going to go with that? Where is it going to fit? Where is it going to go? Let me show you. These are my vegetables that are going in there. Okay, we got corn, sweet peas, and we have carrots, the crinkled carrots. So, if push comes to shove, most of this is already pretty much cooked. All you have to do is throw it in the microwave for a period of time. And then once you do that, I'm going to say anywhere between the last hour and a half, I will put that in there. We're going to start cooking this. I'm aiming for 6 hours. That's where my mind is. It's going to take about 6 hours. Because remember, well, actually, I got to turn it on first. I'm looking like I don't never turn it off. Well, I did because I had it plugged up. So I remember I did turn it off. But normally, it's always on, because I don't have it plugged up. I always unplug it, put it somewhere. Then when I need to use it again, it's always been like that. But I see I've been paying attention and turning it off. So, these are what's going in there at the end. By that time, all of that's going to be done shrizzled down, done dropped down into the pot. So, this will be able to fit towards the end. And like I say, if the timing is to the point where my meat is really tender falling, if it was on a bone, it would have been falling off the bone, then I'll just microwave it and then mix it all together. But we'll see how it works out. But however it go, it's going in there. It's getting in there. You can believe that. So, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to set the clock for, because it only lets me do 90 minutes at a time. So I'm going to set it for 90 minutes. Then I'm going to come and check on it. and then set it for 90 minutes again. But I'm looking at it's going to take anywhere between 4 to 6 hours. So I'm going to keep an eye on it, and then by the end of the video, I will be able to tell you exactly how long it took. So, stay tuned. Okay, warriors. Look at it. Look really, really good. It's been about 4 hours. Now I'm going to add the last little ingredients for the last hour, and that will be the corn. Let me show you. And the peas and the carrots at the bottom. I've already pretty much cooked them like I said I was, because as you can see, it's full. I still have a bag, and as it goes down, then I'll use that bag to put in here. But this is where we are. It looks yum good. We're making it like a soupy taste to go on top of our rice. So let me go ahead and add it so I can show you what it looks like. Alright, this is what it looks like. You can see everything is in there. We're going to go ahead and let it finish itself out. Give it 1 more hour, and then we're totally done. So if we give it 1 more hour, guys, then that means this took 5 hours. Just depending on your crock pot in reality. But for this size crock pot, as you can see, it took, probably less than that. But I'm just going to let the beans soak into the juice. So, let me put the top back on and give it a little more time. So, we'll be right back. Guys, I didn't tell you I am cooking just regular white rice. 3 cups of water and 2 cups of rice. Okay, so right now it is doing its thing. So we will have the stew on top of the rice. So you see it's bubbling. So what I normally do is just mix it real good. It has a little salt and it has butter. So what I do is let it boil for a minute, and once I see it boiling good, then the first thing I'm going to do is turn it down. So that's what I'm waiting on now, for it to boil. Let me kind of wipe off this right here. And I did, like I said, fill that all the way up, but I do have this left, so I can add this to it later as we are eating, because then it'll be juice. And then when it come down to it, I tell people when the meat is gone, then it turns into vegetarian type of food. So we'll have some vegetables. I'm used to that because that's all my granny used to cook. So let it do what it do, and I'll be right back to you. This is the finishing touch. As you can see, that rice is done. So now we're ready to go ahead and plate our food. This is totally done. So all we have to do, like I said, is plate our food and show you how good it does look. Okay, so I'm gonna have you hold on for a second. Showing you all the juice. It was kind of hot. Had to make sure my hand don't burn. So we're going to go ahead and plate this food up and show you what we're working with. Alright guys, this is the finishing touch. Look at that. There's meat there. I just like not a lot of meat. But this is the way it turned out. It took approximately, I'm going to say, about 5 hours, because I had to make sure everything was done. It is a small container, so when you're trying to cook, sometimes you can't put it all in at the same time. But the most important was those potatoes and the onions, the peppers, and all of that going in at the same time with the meat. So if you enjoyed this video with Mz.TreZena, give it a big thumbs up. If you want to see more of Mz.TreZena's Sunday dinner show, give it a big thumbs up. If you're not a warrior, hit that subscribe button. What you waiting on? Become a warrior. Be able to see all of what Mz.TreZena have to show you. along with hit that the little, oh goodness, the bell thing, and it will make sure that you will be able to receive all my videos. I had a little brain fart there for a moment. The bell thing is the notification button, okay? Along with share this video. Someone I know is interested in watching and learning how to do things different ways, along with creating nice, beautiful Sunday dinners. Okay, so thanks for watching. Until we meet again later.
So come on.